Breaking news.
Breaking news. The vibes this week are breaking news as of today.
The vibes this week are breaking, literally. We just got some news in about good old Donald Trump. What did we find out, Glennis?
Well, we found out the federal appeals court rules that Donald Trump does not, I repeat, does not have presidential immunity in his election case, which is major.
You are not the father. That's what that was giving. Yeah, it is big news. This is a really big deal. So this is a major update in one of the two ongoing federal criminal cases against Trump. One is about Mar-a-Lago. One is about him trying to stay in power after he lost his reelection. And this is about the election interference one. And
Correct.
so three-judge panel in the US Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia, so the DC court, all agreed unanimously that President Trump did not have immunity and does not have immunity in doing the illegal, unconstitutional things that he did to try to stay in power.
Tried
Um,
to steal the election. It was a 57-page opinion, and they wrote, this is a quote that's sticking with me. For the purpose of this criminal case, former President Trump has become Citizen Trump with all of the defenses of any other criminal defendant.
get her, Jade. That is
Get
a legal
her.
smackdown.
Yes,
That's what it sounds like to be backhanded by the court.
truly. And
Um,
they continue, Brian. But any executive immunity that may have protected him while he served as president no longer protects him against this prosecution.
Boom. And so
Boom.
basically what they're saying is he absolutely can be charged with crimes that he committed, that he is not immune in the way that his defense had claimed he was. If you remember, we talked about this on the podcast a couple of weeks ago when his lawyers claimed that the president could order a SEAL team to assassinate a political opponent and he still could not be charged with a crime.
That's right.
So they were taking this like super extreme view of immunity and basically saying because the Senate did not convict him after he was impeached the second time, that they can't charge him with anything. And the court is saying, heck no, you do not
That's
have
right.
immunity and jail, straight to jail. Not
Straight
literally.
to jail. The court has made it completely clear the law applies equally to everyone. So, whether you're the former president or not, you're a citizen and you're going to be held to the court of law. So, more to come there. And just a note to all the listeners, there are many, 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 many cases in which Donald Trump is involved. It's overwhelming. We'll be keeping you posted here as things develop on all of his cases. But
Many,
really, the ones that
many. Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And we should always remind people we are not lawyers. I did talk to a lawyer just to get the skinny on like what was really
Okay. You
in.
got the tea from a lawyer. You're not
I
a lawyer, but
did.
you got the tea.
I have lawyers in like different areas on speed dial. Like when the Supreme Court does something crazy, there's somebody that I call. When something happens in like a criminal situation, there's somebody that I call. And so, yeah, I do just want to reiterate that the word that was used to me to describe this opinion was like eviscerated. This court
Mhm.
eviscerated the Trump team and their claims of immunity. And I think went out of their way, according to my sources, went out of their way to cite Supreme Court justices at previous decisions in this opinion. So in this 57-page ruling that we just got, they cited Kavanaugh. And so they're saying, like, according to you guys, what you guys have said is that when it comes to executive authority and the powers of the office, that
That's
these
right.
people are not kings, that these people do not have superpowers, and that they cannot break the law or violate the Constitution in order to do things like try and stay in power.
That's right. They said, I'm going to quote them one more time because I do really, really love this opinion. Presidential immunity against federal indictment would mean that, as to the president, the Congress could not legislate, the executive could not prosecute, and the judiciary could not review. So if they ruled in any other way, this would completely dismantle democracy as we know it.
Totally.
So,
So what happens next?
well, Trump is what? He plans to ask the Court of Appeals to appeal.
Right. So now, yeah, he can. This was an opinion from three judges on the U.S. Court of Appeals in DC. He's going to ask the full court. I believe he's gonna like pursue an en banc decision. There is what that's called.
En banc? I'm sorry, can we just take a beat? I know you're not a lawyer, but what's an en banc?
En banc. Okay, again,
It
not a
sounds like
lawyer.
a hot new club I'd wanna go to. Are you going to en banc tonight?
I think there are 11 total judges that could hear this case. And so if three of them decide in a way that you don't like, you can appeal to have the other ones also hear the case. And then they all decide together if they grant your
I see.
appeal.
Okay.
And so that would be an intermediary step before this goes to the Supreme Court. And again, Trump's strategy here is not to win.
Mhm.
It is to delay, delay, delay
Delay.
until it's like too close to the election or even after the election when he thinks that he can again advance this idea of immunity that I'm the president, you can't do anything to me. And so he has 90 days to appeal this, and he's probably going to use all 90, and we might not
Yeah,
have updates on this specific case for you for a while.
right. But you could watch an entire season of 90 Day Fiancé in the interim.
You could
I'm
probably watch a
serious.
couple of those.
Yeah, you definitely could. So yeah, watch this space. More to come. More to come.